Hey guys, this is Dungeons 2. Now, I've never played it, and I've barely even seen anyone else play it, so I don't know a whole lot about what's going on. Ooh. Okay, so we'll go with the
It was
campaign.
time. The troops of the Absolute Evil had driven the Alliance back to their capital, King's Ending. The time for the final battle had arrived. Prepare to destroy the Alliance, and with it, all good in the land, once and for all.
Alright, there you go.
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom full of flowers and rainbows, where the sun shone all the time, and there was loads of that goody-goody, lovey-dovey good people stuff going on. There, the alliance of abominably good people lived in unearned wealth and prosperity.
Sounds bitter.
But there was a path leading to a different place there. At the end of this path was a rock. There was a cave carved in this rock in which the Absolute Evil lived. It wasn't a grubby, damp cave smelling of muck and mildew, but a deep, dark dungeon, so dark that even darkness itself was afraid of it.
Alright.
It was home to numerous innocent monsters who enjoyed a happy, contented existence, living in complete harmony with their environment. But time and again, the sickening, sweet-smelling good visited this underworld in search of treasure and experience points. Many monsters found this to be the death of them, but much worse, the Absolute Evil's treasures were being stolen.
Oh no.
One day, just as a few more heroes had finished plundering its dungeon, the Absolute Evil decided it had had enough, and decided to do something new, something quite monstrous. Go to the surface. The Alliance tried to resist, but the approaching horde just flowed over them like an angry wave of axes, teeth, and bad breath. After numerous unrelenting battles, the Absolute Evil finally stood before the Alliance's capital, King's Ending.
Well, apparently this is where it starts. If you are giving orders to units in the dungeon while on the overworld, they will leave the dungeon on their own. Okay. So, hopefully this is a good game. No idea what's going on.
After countless battles, the forces of the Absolute Evil reached the Alliance capital, King's Ending. The lovable remnants of the forces of good had come here to make ready for the final battle. Evil would pay a high price indeed to storm those fortress walls, or so they thought. Suddenly, a rumble rose from deep within the earth. Stones burst asunder, revealing an ancient path into the depths. Out of the depths of Stygian darkness arises the invincible evil. With earth-shaking steps, the unstoppable evil began its trek towards the front. In the terribly improbable event that it may have forgotten how that works, a formidable help function has been provided.
Okay. Select a unit. How many units do I
The
have?
presence of the Absolute Evil was also reflected in the land itself. Grass withered, and in places the ground tore open to reveal bubbling lava.
Okay, I don't really know what's going on. Heads up.
Even the forest could not withstand the aura of the ultimate and beat a hasty retreat. A few of the Alliance units had entrenched themselves here. A determined Absolute Evil marched towards them in order to strike them down with its mighty weapon.
Can't do anything. Destroy that? No? Alright. Just checking. What's this? A book of some sort.
The absolute evil had discovered a medal. These legendary awards ensured a creature could be made even more powerful. Only one round, the creature could only wear one. Eyes ablaze with greed, the insidious evil gazed upon the blood-drenched battlefield. Here the last defenders of good would die, and an age of evil begin. Projectiles from the Alliance's catapults darkened the sky, but the Horde's fighting skills were at their best in darkness, if they
I'm not really even doing anything.
Defeating good was as easy as taking candy from a baby for the unstoppable evil.
Can you not go up there? Are you not smart enough?
And the absolute evil took yet another hero to the slaughter.
Oh, yeah. I mean, would they think that they were going to be able to beat me? Look at me. I'm huge. What is the bright light?
The absolute evil destroyed the defenders' camp in the west with the greatest of ease.
Whoa.
Now, only one tiny camp offers any resistance to the absurdly evil evil. And even that won't be able to hold out for much longer.
Crush the western, or the eastern side, so that's this way. Where? Oh, you guys are way over here, huh? Let's see how my dude chooses to go this way. How do we get there? I'm not sure how it is we're supposed to get here. Where is my guy? I don't really see a path. Or maybe we just give it up and go this way? I mean, we don't really care that much, unless this is it. Are you guys, like, following me? Is that the problem? Or just, like, squishing right through?
It was as easy as taking candy from a baby for the unstoppable evil.
Dude, stop shooting me. Hey, dude, where are you going? The primeval terror of the underworld.
The absolute evil destroyed the defenders' camp in the east with the greatest of ease.
Of course.
The defenders in front of the city had been beaten to a pulp and defeated. Now the time had come to attack King's Ending, the final battle.
Must be what's down here then, huh? Reach King's Ending. Oh no, it's up here. Apparently right here. Dude.
The city gate was firmly barricaded by the Alliance's archers, but the absolute evil would not allow itself to be held up by such ridiculous impediment. So, go get them! Destroy them now! Ha 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 ha! Oh yes, sorry, stay in character. The absolute evil used its all-powerful magic to eliminate the archers and open the gate to the city.
Really? Because it doesn't seem like I did that. Oops. Yeah, you're not doing a good job, dude. Or maybe it's just me. I gotta wait for the E to build back up. This is not at all what it looked like. Alright, well, it wants me to use E.
The absolute evil had a good long think. But at precisely that exact moment, it decided to act and to deploy its overwhelming magic powers.
Did it? Because it didn't work. Okay, try it again. No. Dude, You're not helping me out here at all. What am I doing wrong? Okay, I'm on you. I'm trying to do what it tells me to do.
But this proved to be a complete fallacy. It would appear that the distracted evil was not aware that it should use one of its powers here, something that could have been done with ease via the GUI.
Really?
If in doubt, the formidable help utility could also have been consulted on the matter.
Take out the archers. Oh, well. I was trying to bust the
Using
gate.
its legend, wait for it, dairy powers. The absolute evil destroyed the impediment with ease and simultaneously eliminated a whole group of defenders. The road to the capital was now clear. The absolute evil did not hesitate for even 1 nanosecond.
No, well, yeah, actually, he did. Just saying. Let's kill you
The
first.
insidious evil entered King's Ending. A small, pitiful group of defenders stood in its way. Suddenly, the doors of several houses in the city opened, and with a loud roar, defenders bore down on the rather surprised. An ambush.
An ambush? What does that mean? Am I gonna die here?
And then suddenly, the absolute evil hit the ground. The day was saved, and good had triumphed. The Alliance lived happily ever after, whilst the defeated forces of evil had to eke out the remainder of their miserable existence underground.
Was that supposed to
No,
happen?
of course not. In reality, absolute evil was not defeated, but, he just took a little comfort break. A short while later, it arose once again.
I'm not sure if that was supposed to happen or not. I don't believe at this point I'm doing anything. Come over here. Dude, kill that. Just destroy everything. Why? Because we can. I'm not even sure what we're supposed to be doing anymore. But this looks like a good thing to be doing. So, kill this. Apparently that's what we were supposed
The
to do.
invincible evil had crushed the defenders. King's Ending had been defeated.
Whoop, whoop.
At least, that's what he thought.
Uh-oh.
Suddenly, the final heroes of the Alliance emerged from nowhere. Another ambush? Now, this was becoming very boring.
Yes, I agree.
But wait, this time it was different. Instead, the heroes raised their hands and started singing an incomprehensible chant. A magical ritual? This did not bode well.
Nope.
Well, actually, it bode the arrival of good things, great things, unless you happen to be the absolute evil.
Sure. Well, there you
Somewhere
go.
in the depths of the dungeon, the ultimate evil awoke. It did not know what had happened, nor why it had awoken, but it longed for revenge.
Didn't know what happened, but it's longing for revenge.
The last remaining heroes of the country joined forces and cast a powerful banishment spell. The absolute evil disappeared from sight with a threatening gesture, and a faint whispered, could be heard, coming from its lips. The absolute evil had been banished, and its essence shattered into several pieces. Its reign of terror had ended. The good people of the overworld rejoiced, and an era of peace began for the Alliance. The evil creatures were driven back into the underground, doomed to serve as cannon fodder for pleasure-seeking adventurers. Meanwhile, secreted away in the world's most inaccessible places, the last remains of the absolute evil were resting, never again to see the light of the overworld. Until today, that is. Somewhere deep under the earth, the ultimate evil awoke.
Well, there you go. Press R to rotate and build. Build? Okay. Let's do it. I was going to say, this didn't look like anything I'd seen, but...
And the hand of terror arose, controlled by the ultimate evil. Come on, hand of terror, arise, damn you!
Oops, sorry about the swearing.
Methinks that exploring the surrounding area would be a sensible strategy. However, to do this, light would be required. Still not bright enough.
Oh,
an old throne room was revealed by the light. The circumstances remained a mystery. The hand of terror flew through the throne room, following each and every thought the ultimate evil had. After a few flying sessions, the ultimate evil was able to control the hand with ease. The time had come to call forth creatures who were completely devoted to it and would do its dirty work. Little snots were the dregs of each and every dungeon and spent their time taking care of it. The expansion-mad evil hired one snot on the spot.
Okay, how do we do that?
The first little snot appeared. It was completely ready to work in the dungeon and to crawl in the dust before the ultimate evil.
Awesome.
Little snots were important to the ultimate evil because they took care of many important little things, such as excavating new areas. The psionically gifted evil could sense the presence of something important that was buried to the south.
In the south.
It instructed its little snots to dig in that direction. As quick as a fart, the little snot made his way to the marked position and began to dig.
That's what I wanted.
Behold, the creatures of the overjoyed evil had apparently been much more industrious than it had thought.
Yeah.
A great dungeon was revealed behind the wall. Everything was already in place. Doors, traps, a well-filled treasury. Oh wait, treasury? And where, if you please, is this treasury?
Must be this.
Oh well. One can't expect too much of these mindless little snots. First of all, some gold had to be dug out to make space for a treasury to be created. The hand of terror swiftly marked a few small gold veins so that the little snots could excavate. As soon as the gold vein was selected, a little snot immediately set out to mine valuable gold for the greedy evil.
They all have their own name, too. Oh, look at that. I got treasure, treasure, treasure. There you go. Work harder.
Once most of the gold had been mined, the hand of terror quickly created a treasury on the spot so that the precious metal could be safely stored.
It's not really telling me how. Build a treasury. Rooms. Treasury. Got it.
The clever evil mastered this task with flying colors.
Thank you.
From now on, little snots could use the treasury to store mined gold. It was then at the greedy evil's disposal whenever more rooms needed to be built or new creatures recruited. Little snots were all well and good, but were too weak and cowardly to defend the dungeon. Since it was not able to defend itself, the ultimate evil would have to hire some orcs. But they would require food. Liquid food. Well, beer to be precise. So the next important thing to build was a brewery. And that would require some space to be created. The ultimate evil had the feeling that its servants were not really putting their backs into the work. Might a hearty slap from the hand of terror change that?
Well, that's just mean. What do you want me to do? How do I hit him?
The sadistic evil encouraged its creature to work a little faster, with a friendly but not at all gentle slap.
Oh, that's mean. I like my treasure being in here. It looked kind of cool, but oh no. So do we need space all the way around? Because I called this the room, not the rest of the spot. It's funny how the tutorial was nothing like this, or the beginning was nothing like what this is going to be. Come on, little dude.
There was now an area cleared for the brewery site, and with quick finger snaps from the hand of terror, the room stood ready. Excellent. But the recently built brewery lacked a brewing copper. With a sigh of resignation, the overworked evil set about taking care of that too.
Okay. How did I do that? Bill? Nope, not treasury. I already made it the brewery. So, put a brewing kettle in there. Okay, how do I do that? Okay. Well, we need to get rid of these. Build a room. Okay, what's this one? Whacking things, I got that. How do we build? Or not build, but, you know, demolish, build, production. Ow. Am I missing something? It shows how much beer I got there. I see nothing here. Bill. Production still doesn't say. Put a kettle. 5 little snots. Toolbox. Okay, guys, what am I missing? What is going on? How long is it going to take you to chop on that? I've got to be missing it, right? There's no way back. Can't go back any further. That's how much gold I have. Wages, snots, goblins, orcs. I'm truly missing something. Is it in here? That's the throne room. Oh, I needed to click on it. Alright. Build a kettle.
The hard-working evil effortlessly built a brewing copper so that delicious beer could be brewed as soon as possible. One of the little snots started working on the brewing copper. The nostalgic evil banished all thoughts of Oktoberfest and brass bands. Those would have to wait. More important tasks had to be completed first. Both beer and gold were now available in the dungeon. So it was time.
This way. Rooms of efficiency show how well they work. You should try to ensure that the room is surrounded by walls as far as possible, and that they ideally also have upgraded. You can upgrade
to hire
walls.
some creatures to defend against greedy heroes or whatever else snuck around underground. At present, it was only simple orcs declaring undying loyalty to the ultimate evil.
Am I mining or am I upgrading?
Was scattered to the winds.
Okay. What if I want to cancel that? Oh, yeah, shouldn't have done that. Well, too late to worry about that. Unless I can make the room that big. Guess that'll work, right? The bigger the room, the better. Maybe. I'm not really sure. Alright, let's go hire us some orcs. We need to get out of here. How do we hire orcs? These are little snots.
Orcs were defensive close combat specialists, capable of dealing with many opponents.
Got it.
However, they were very vulnerable to ranged attacks.
Oh no. We can't have that. Now how do you upgrade the walls? He said something about upgrading the walls. Oh, I need more dudes.
Payday!
I need 5.
An eerie gong rang through the halls. It did not bode well for the ultimate evil's treasury stocks, for at each sounding of the gong, the creatures would collect their undeserved wages. However, there was little it could do about this, as it was chained to the throne. Thus, it had to give free rein to its servants' desires.
Oh, man.
Time being, at least.
You guys just stealing my money, huh? Was this like an infinite source of gold? Is that what's going on over there? We got 3 orcs. I need 5. It's kind of a weird game, huh? Not sure how I feel about it. Are you guys just gonna upgrade them? Or is that how they get upgraded? Just do it on your own? I want to see what it looks like when they do. So it's like spiky. You guys enjoy the spikes, okay? Whatever makes you happy.
Suddenly, one of the repellent evil serpents became very thirsty. This was typical of a troop member of the Unanot. One louse-infested orc crawled up from the depths and declared allegiance to the ultimate evil. The first step towards the creation of a powerful army had been taken.
Yes,
The
yes.
dungeon of the expansion-mad evil grew and prospered, but unfortunately, it had reached the maximum possible population it could currently manage. Now a creature would have to be thrown into the bottomless pit before any others could be brought in. The profound evil had had enough of dungeon sightseeing and now wanted to move to the surface to try a dish that is best served cold. Revenge. Some Alliance members were bound to be guarding the entrance to the overworld. A fine appetizer for a vengeful evil.
Alright, so dismiss the creature. In order to, you have to throw... Can it be one of these guys? What do I do with him? There we
The
go.
creature disappeared into the pit of uselessness with a long, drawn and gradually diminishing... This particular act of wickedness brought a smile to the face of the ultimate evil.
Well, you're just rude. You need to put a door in that thing. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. This is an odd game. I think the sound might be too loud. I should have thought of that before, hey? Alright, music isn't too bad. We'll just bring the whole thing down a bit. Okay, so anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think. If it's something you want to watch. If you don't, let me know. Let me know if you got other things you think I should watch. I should play so you can watch. Definitely a strange game. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by.